What if I told you there are vegetables so stubborn, so resilient, and so low effort that they almost feel self-growing? Plants that shrug off dry spells, tolerate mediocre soil, and still keep feeding you while you're busy doing literally anything else. These aren't the fussy, high-maintenance varieties that demand perfect timing and constant attention. These are overlooked workhorses, hardy perennials, enthusiastic self-seeders, and old-school staples that fell out of fashion because they're too independent, too vigorous, and too easy to grow for free. Number 7. Spread so aggressively, you'll be handing pieces to neighbors just to reclaim space. Number 14. Thrives in heat and rough conditions that would make your tomatoes tap out. And the bonus tip at the end reveals the simple pattern these plants share that makes them feel nearly indestructible. This is the lazy gardener's goldmine. Let's dig in. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I focus on growing more food with less work. And today, we're building the ultimate autopilot garden list. Here's the big misconception: that growing food has to be complicated. For a lot of commercial hybrids, sure, but the plants in this countdown were selected by reality, not marketing. They survive because they don't need babysitting. Many come back year after year, many reseed themselves, and many actually produce more when you harvest them hard. Quick note: if I mention any wild or volunteer greens, only eat what you can identify with certainty, and never harvest from sprayed lawns or roadsides. Before we start, subscribe if you want more low-work, high-yield garden strategies, and comment below: are you a lazy gardener or a smart gardener? All right, 20 forgotten vegetables that grow like weeds. Vegetable number 1, Egyptian walking onion. These onions replant themselves by making little bulb clusters on top, then flopping over and rooting nearby. That means renewable onion flavor with almost no effort. Plant a few bulbils once, harvest what you need, and let the rest keep walking. Vegetable number 2, Daubenton-style perennial kale. Regular kale makes you start over every season. Perennial kale just keeps producing. Snip leaves, it regrows. Mild winters, it keeps going. Give it one spot to establish, then treat it like a permanent green source. Vegetable number 3, Sorrel. Sorrel is a tangy, lemony perennial green that shows up early and keeps going. It tolerates partial shade and doesn't panic in imperfect soil. Plant it once, harvest outer leaves, and it rewards you for forgetting about it. Vegetable number 4, Sunchokes. Jerusalem artichokes. Sunflower, like stalks above ground, a stash of tubers below. They're famous for surviving poor soil and coming back strong. Plant tubers in a dedicated patch, harvest in cool weather, and leave a few behind to replant themselves. Vegetable number 5, Lovage. Lovage is like celery's tougher cousin. Big perennial growth and a strong soup, friendly flavor. You get loads of stems and leaves without the drama of growing actual celery. Plant once, harvest often, and let it become your permanent seasoning. Vegetable number 6, New Zealand spinach. When true spinach bolts, New Zealand spinach starts shining. It sprawls, handles heat, and keeps producing if you keep picking the tips. Plant after frost, water to get it started, then harvest all summer. Vegetable number 7, Horseradish. This is the one that spreads so aggressively you'll be giving it away. Horseradish grows from root pieces, and even small fragments can become new plants. Put it in a contained bed or corner. Harvest roots when you want heat and flavor, and expect it to return, invited or not. Vegetable number 8, Garlic Chives. Garlic chives are perennial, tough, and ridiculously generous. Chop them down and they bounce back. Let them flower, and they often reseed. Plant once, harvest hard, and keep them contained if you don't want surprise clumps. Vegetable number 9, Perpetual spinach. Leaf beet, chard types. One of the easiest cut and come again greens you can grow. It tolerates cool weather, handles heat better than lettuce, and keeps producing for months. Harvest outer leaves, leave the center, and it just keeps going. Vegetable number 10, Rat-tail radish, grown for pods. Instead of chasing perfect radish roots, grow this for crunchy seed pods. It's low effort, so let it flower. Then snack on tender pods like spicy green beans. The more you pick, the more it produces. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this, hit like so more lazy gardeners find it. And tell me in the comments, which plant do you want to try first? All right, back to it. Vegetable number 11, Malabar spinach. A climbing, heat-loving green that laughs at summer. Once it takes off, it produces piles of leaves until cold weather stops it. Give it a trellis, pick regularly, and it turns heat season into salad season. Vegetable number 12, Walking leeks, perennial bunching leeks. These form clumps and can multiply over time, giving you steady stems and greens without needing perfect bulbs. Harvest a few in rotation. Leave the base and let the clump expand. Think of it as scallions on repeat. Vegetable number 13, ground cherries, Physalis. Tough little plants that often reseed and pop up as volunteers. They tolerate heat, don't demand rich soil, and drop fruit in papery husks as they ripen. Plant once, let a few reseed, and you'll find surprise snacks next year. Vegetable number 14, okra. Okra thrives in brutal heat and rough conditions that would make tomatoes miserable. Once established, it's a steady producer, as long as you keep harvesting pods while they're tender. Give it sun, don't overwater, and pick often to keep it pumping. Vegetable number 15, Orach, mountain spinach. Orach is an old leafy green that handles cold and tolerates heat better than spinach. It grows fast, looks great, and can reseed if you let it. Sow once, harvest young leaves, and let one plant go to seed for next season. Vegetable number 16, Yakin, a robust plant that stores sweet, crunchy tubers underground. It grows big, shades the soil, and can be low maintenance in the right climate. Plant tubers, let it bulk up, then harvest when the tops die back. Vegetable number 17, Skirret, a forgotten root crop that forms clusters of sweet roots and can return year after year in some garden. It doesn't need perfect soil, just time to establish. Plant once, harvest some roots, and leave the crown to regrow. Vegetable number 18, Crossness, Chinese artichokes. Small crunchy tubers that can be stubbornly persistent. Miss a few at harvest and they'll likely come back from leftover pieces. Give them a contained spot, harvest carefully, and accept that they're moving in long term. Vegetable number 19, mallow, in a dedicated safe patch. Mallow can be vigorous and low maintenance, but treat it like any wild-style edible. Correct ID and a clean growing area. It grows fast, tolerates neglect, and young leaves work in soups or sautés. If you want it, sow it in a controlled bed and harvest young. Vegetable number 20, volunteer potatoes. Every gardener eventually gets these. You miss a few small potatoes, and next season you get free plants. In the right spot, they're basically accidental perennials. Hill them if you feel like it, harvest later, and call it a bonus crop. Bonus tip, the secret pattern. Most of these plants win for one of three reasons. They're perennial survivors, roots, crowns, tubers, come back. Self-seeding opportunists. They drop seed and return as volunteers, or aggressive regrowers. The more you harvest, the harder they push new growth. Build a low-effort bed. Let the tough plants establish. And your job becomes simple. Identify, harvest, repeat. So that's your lazy gardener's goldmine. Egyptian walking onion, perennial kale, sorrel, sunchokes, lovage, New Zealand spinach, horseradish, garlic chives, perpetual spinach, rat-tail radish, Malabar spinach, perennial leeks, ground cherries, okra, Orach, yacon, skirret, crossness, mallow, and volunteer potatoes. If you want a part 2 with only shade-tolerant or drought-tolerant picks, subscribe and comment which one you're planting first.